Well, thank you so much for staying there with us. We appreciate your choosing to listen to us right here on Splash 105.5 FM. It's a Thursday morning, the 4th day of February 2021, and we have been looking at headlines from the newspapers. Our focus has been the Guardian newspaper this morning. So for interesting headlines, we've discussed some of them. Moving to others that we will be discussing. There's something about the IPOB on the Guardian, as well as all the newspapers. IPOB plays Facebook for blocking Kanu's account. We'll get to that. There's also a headline about the DSS cautioning against violence. Again, DSS, NSCIA caution against violence. That's also on the Guardian newspaper. But what I want us to focus on now for the next couple of minutes is this one. So, group gives herdsmen 14 days to quit Edo forests over killings. This is a group, the Talakawa Parliament of Orewa stakeholders. Yesterday, they issued a 2-week ultimatum to killer herders to quit forest and farm settlements in Edo State to enable farmers and women gain access to their farms without fear and threat to their lives. Addressing journalists in Benin City, coordinator of the Talakawa Parliament, Maxis Kola Etukbayi, decried the killings by herdsmen in Edo State, particularly in Orewa Council. He urged Edo people to stop consuming beef as a protest to register their displeasure over the killings in Orewa by killer herders, lamenting the activities of herdsmen leading to the senseless killings across farms in Ugo community in Orewa Council. Edokbai urged security agencies to wake up to the task of providing security for Edo people. Barrister, this is not entirely new, but one thing that I did notice in this story is that there was no mention of Fulani. It was described as what it is, killer herdsmen. Now, nobody can argue in the sense that anybody is trying to demonize anybody, but I mean,
profile any tribe.
Absolutely, yeah. But to the essence of it, though.
Yes, you see, Chacha, there is something. I have been doing a research. It's so unfortunate, that the people who have been coming up with the quit notices are people not recognized by law. For instance,
but should they even be giving quit notices in the first place, okay, Barrister?
That's look. There is a problem. There is a problem. Of gargantuan proportion. People are losing their lives. Great people are losing. So there is a lot of concern. But then, I am doing a little research. When we received the English law, it is not all part of our customary law that was displaced. I know there is a repugnancy test which is, used to determine which of those laws can stay and which of those laws can go. The repugnancy test is very well known. But then I am thinking, if somebody is behaving in a manner that is inconsistent, with the norms in a community, is it possible for the traditional ruler there to banish such a person? In other words, can banishment by the king be regarded as repugnant? All right, I'm still conducting my research on that aspect of the law, because what we are saying now is the people who are issuing the quit notices are not people who are recognized by law. But I that leads me to something else. You saw that there's been a lot of noise concerning Sunday Igboho, the utterances he's been making all over the place. I feel very sad, that such plebeian, can exhibit such hubris, because if a man says he represents the Yoruba people, it presupposes that he represents not only the people per se, but also the institutions of state. It was very, very wrong of Sunday Igboho to have openly, condemned the Oni of Ife. All right?
He has apologized.
There's no doubt. Yes, he has. No doubt about it that the issue of quit notices is not coming from the appropriate, sources. But I want to look at the traditional rulers themselves. We know that the Alaafin of Oyo has made a comment or two concerning, these killings by these criminals, in our forests. I know that the Oni of Ife paid a visit to President Buhari also concerning these senseless killings by this killer herdsmen. But I am asking, why have the Yoruba traditional rulers not come together in a meeting and have a joint position on the issue of killer herdsmen in this country? Because the people that are being killed are within their respective domains. Why have they not come together? Because there appears to be a lacuna. They are traditional rulers and they have a role to play, especially in matters like this. So I am saying that it is the lacuna that was created by the traditional rulers that is allowing these other groups, unrecognized groups, I would say, coming out to issue these quit notices and all that.
All right.
I would strongly advise that the traditional rulers come together in a joint meeting and have a common position on what is happening.
Well, that's one way to look at it. But Barrister, my own major concern here, especially with bringing that story up and seeing the other things that have happened in certain parts of the Southwest, is we're seeing the DSS again come out to say that some persons or groups trying to exploit some fault lines to cause ethno-religious violence in some parts of the country. This statement was issued yesterday in Abuja, by the way, by Dr. Peter Afnaya, who is the PRO of the DSS. It disclosed that the latest development indicated desperate efforts by some individuals and groups to subvert public peace and order. So we already know. I'm just asking this. You're going to take it up when we come back from the time check at 7. We already know that we're at a fragile state. Shouldn't we know better than giving or saying things that are capable of throwing us right into the deep end? We'll take it off from there when we come back. It's 7 o'clock and we have to take a time check.
Splash FM 105.5.
Mamas, on a good one, For your picking bright smile, make sure say them they brush every day with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Splash FM 105.5.
All right, welcome back. Barrister, I'll just let you answer that so that we open the phone lines as soon as we can.
You see, Chacha, the law forbids the doing of an impossibility. Can you be beating a child with a horsewhip and expect that child not to cry? It's impossible. So, majority of the statements are reactions of people. People are scared.
Does that justify it?
Oh, why not? God forbid that we experience this kind of, what is happening in this country.
Barrister, please let me get you clearly. You said it is justifiable that the people are reacting the way that they are, even when it is, it's possible that it can potentially cause, as the DSS is warning, some sort of crisis.
Chacha, it would be fruitless for us to be chasing shadows. If you want to solve a problem, you go to the root cause of it. That's the best way to do it.
Giving quick notices don't stop anything, Barrister.
No. Why? Look, why are people giving quick notices? Because they find there is a lacuna. There is a crack in the wall. All right? And so lizards are coming in. If the federal government had done the needful, if these people, these so-called killers, were being apprehended by the security agencies, being prosecuted by the security agencies, courts are convicting them and sending them to jail, I am very sure nobody would contemplate self-help. Nobody will come up with. But because there is a failure, there appears to be this tacit acquiescence of the federal government in all that is happening. That's why you're getting what you're getting. So if you are now going hunting for those people who are making comments concerning it, you're merely chasing shadows. Let's go to the root cause of the problem.
I would ask how effective these measures are. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's reported today, one of the newspapers, I don't know which, but I know I read it earlier, that in Ondo State, I mean, we know the recent events from Ondo, the governor's ultimatum, how that played out, the reactions, the meeting, and then where we are at the moment, banning of open grazing and things like that. It was reported yesterday that a man was kidnapped by suspected herders on his farm. The security agencies, Amoteco, came together and put together a search party to find the man. And while they were doing that, one of them from that search party got missing. They noticed it. The next day they came to look for the guy and they found him dead.
That is exactly what I am saying.
And my point now, Barrister, is people are reacting. People are giving quick notices. People are stepping in where government seems to be failing. But even that, as we see, it's not working.
No, you see, yes, because as it is, like you rightly said, it will get to a head. It will get to a head. It is unfortunate that Buhari is allowing this to happen to this country. It is very, very unfortunate. All right. I listened to one professor of archaeology from Ahmadu Bello University. And he opened up quite a number of insights into the problems of farmers, herders, and what have you. Did you know that MACBAN is not the only organization, were responsible for these herders and what have you? He mentioned about 2 others. And those 2 others were not party to the Dome resolutions. As a matter of fact, they condemned the Dome meeting. The 2 others, apart from MACBAN. So the totality of the problems, we need to look at the whole problem holistically and find a way to resolve it. But unfortunately, our government at the center, which holds all the security apparatuses at its disposal, is unwilling to do anything.
All right, Barris, I'm going to open the phone lines now, but let me quickly read through some of the headlines from The Punch and other newspapers. Can warns DSS as agency restates plot on ethno-religious violence. Laborers abduct Chinese expatriates, kill police aide in Oshun. IPOB tackles Facebook for blocking Nnamdi Kanu. Reps query 5 billion naira import duty waiver to Chinese company. You also find Afenifere Pandef tackle NEF over alleged northerners killings. Sheikh Gumi visits Zamfara bandits in forest, appeals for peace. Igbo charges Nigerians to speak against killer herders. US-based Nigerian abducted by suspected herdsmen found dead. I gather that this happened even after a payment of a ransom. Pretty sad story here. You can get details on the Punch newspaper. 2 siblings die in Kano after consuming local herbs. Ekiti, 40-year-old woman arraigned for attempting to steal 3 children. COVID-19 has affected fight against cancer, says expert. That's from the Punch newspaper. I do understand that we're having some problems with our phone lines. I'm going to give an alternative number that you can try to reach us on this morning, 09013870220. I hope I wasn't too fast in calling that out. The number again is 1387 0220. We seem to have the first call for the morning. So, hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Chacha.
Good morning, Reverend Koye. Nice to have you join us.
Good morning, Barrister Wolola.
Oh, morning, Reverend.
You see, the story you just read about the Nigerian man who came from Atlanta, Georgia, in America, and who was kidnapped and killed even after paying ransom. It caught my heart. it was along the road from Auchi to Benin. Our roads are not safe. Sometimes I advise government, bring back the highway patrol to our roads. We need them on the road. Combat-ready soldiers, combat-ready mobile police. We need to secure the road for us. The truth of the matter is, for how long are we going to continue like this? When we advise government, they should treat that, please look at the seriousness of the advice. Sometimes I advise us, or you are not sure, that they should divide the assets of Lautech and they should go their separate way. It took 15 years before that reasonable advice was used. How many people will die before they bring combat-ready highway patrol back to our road? Secondly, Keith Gulu held a meeting with bandits in Zamfara to resolve insecurity. Government is mismanaging the issue of security. We need a peace commission.
All right.
It is not only soldier. God bless you, my brother, my sister, my brother. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Koye. Always very passionate about his contributions to these things, and it's very understandable given the numbers of deaths, the disruptions we're seeing to peace in different locations in Nigeria and whatnot. But you too can join the conversation. 09013870220. That's the number to call this morning. The other lines don't seem to be working. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Okeo.
All right. Okay. Well, nice to have you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, it's a pity we found ourselves where we are today. Now, I heard.
Could you please turn down the volume on your radio, sir?
I will do that quickly, please. Just a minute. Now, what I'm trying to say is, where were the DSS, or what do you call them, when this trouble started in Nigeria? So there's no DSS in Okeogun area. There's no DSS in the east and what have you. To even have noticed all these things that are happening today before they went on here to be saying so people are trying to cause trouble. See, when Wahala starts, there's nothing like law, there's nothing like constitution. This is what people are not realizing. So you will fold your hands and you will be dealt with, killed, all because there is a constitution that the people are not even following.
Okay.
This, we need to be careful.
All right.
So we are saying we don't want war. Nobody's praying for war. But you can't just come to my house and come and kill me, all because I don't want to war. Then the case of the man, I don't want to mention his name, and the others. The others too, they have to at least consider the plight their people are going through in their domain. If an Oba could just keep silent, all because he's not going to, he wants to follow a constitution or whatever, you are not speak out. That people are being killed. I mean, I don't know what is the use of that Oba.
All right.
Sorry to use that language.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate your comments. Basically calling to question DSS's ability to gather intelligence and help with the situation as we have it at the moment. Hello. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. The name is Yomi Oshini.
All right. Nice to have you join us. Please go ahead.
It seems as if I am really not happy. Most radio stations presently on this, and even on the discussions going on.
Why? How so?
Why are we so much shying away from saying the truth?
What is the truth, Yomi?
The truth about this is that no one has ever been kidnapped, raped, or anything that came back out to tell us that it was a Yoruba headerman that did it, or an Igbo headerman that did it. It has always been a Fulani. Why are you shying away from it?
The simple reason...
Wrong, let us tell them they are doing the wrong thing. If the Yoruba man is doing the wrong thing, let us tell the Yoruba man he's doing the wrong thing. I mean, it's no good.
All right.
When you keep on pampering them this way, let them know you are the ones causing this problem. We have always lived together in peace until our president said any one of them could come in from anywhere in the world and live in Nigeria.
get those ones out, and then we'll have peace again.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Yomi, thank you. I didn't want to address this while you were speaking, so let me say, the reason why we insist, and you find that happening across radio stations, is for the simple reason that there are peaceful Fulani people who still reside in various parts in Nigeria. Demonizing all of them and painting them with one brush, as we do when we say Fulani killers or Fulani herdsmen, is unacceptable. And it doesn't encourage peaceful coexistence. I know that might not sit with you, but that's the rationale behind why you find a lot of people shying from saying that. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Charity.
Charles, nice to have you. Please go ahead.
Good morning, Barrister.
Oh, Charlie, how are you?
I was listening to the barrister talking about the Obas. Now, the Obas can meet and deliberate on these issues. What is the position of the Houses of Assembly and the National Assembly? You see, by now, I expected the National Assembly and the other to have enacted a law that will stop open grazing. If that has been done, I think this thing it will have been nipped in the bud. So the National Assembly now, and the other the way they need to now enact the law to stop open grazing so that they will embrace ranches. Anybody who have herds should make provisions for their herds.
Okay.
By giving them, by providing ranches for their herds. Then secondly, please, I want to talk on the groups calling on ex-president Jonathan. I think it is quite unfortunate that we have some people, with all what happened during the regime of Jonathan, they should stop making it look as if it is only one person that is capable of ruling Nigeria.
Okay, Charles.
We have close to 230 million people that are capable. One of them should be capable to manage the affairs of Nigeria. I'm not just calling ex-president Obasanjo or calling ex-president Jonathan. It's wrong.
All right,
Please,
Charles, thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate. Our time is almost over. Let me quickly take some messages on Twitter. Raja Afiz Abidemi says, good morning, Charity. With what happened at APC registration in Lorient yesterday, it's now clear to me that all political parties are the same in Nigeria, and I'm expecting Lai Mohammed to address this. This is real otoge, he says. Suntai says, good morning, Chacha and Barrister. As much as you may want to see the outburst of Igbowo on Oni as unfortunate, the lackadaisical attitude of all authorities concerned on the plight of the people is most unfortunate. People are dying. Shitu10 says, I think it's not totally right to say nothing has been done. Efforts were done to put the NLTP together by several groups to resolve the issue of herders and farmers across the southern and north central states. The question is, what have the states done to implement it? And finally, this text here says, good morning, my people. Chacha, where were the DSS when the herdsmen were killing the innocent, denying the indigents of their local rights? Please, our media should be mindful of the pains the victim bore from this terrorism. Shola Balogun from Amfani. Thank you. Thank you very much to all those who contributed. Barrister, always a pleasure to have you join us on this conversation.
Thank you very much.
We have to go. At 8 o'clock, we continue this discussion about herdsmen and the problems. But we're looking at it from the comments from Kano State Governor that bringing cattle from the north to the south should be banned. That will be our focus. Hope that you join us again at that time. Thank you so much for listening. Sports is up at 7:30. For now, some commercials. Good morning.